And listen, a special good afternoon to you, wherever you're catching this particular broadcast, be it on YouTube, on TikTok, or on Facebook. This is the AFCON Link Up. My name is Lowton, hosting it from the beautiful, it's wet though, the capital city of Kenya, Nairobi. But I'm joined by fans of the beautiful game from throughout the entire continent. Today, it's all about all the drama that has been happening throughout the festivities or the festival period, because I am telling you, it's Lotson from Kenya, I am somebody from Nigeria, and everybody else from South Africa, because South Africans literally have a lot to talk about. Lady, gents, karibuni sana, welcome. It's good to see you on the show this amazing afternoon. I will start off from down south. You lost the game. You lost the right to host the show this amazing day. First of all, how are you feeling? Let's get into the football.
No, you know what? I think we've got something called the Madlanga Commission here in South Africa. We need a Madlanga Commission for AFCON, especially against the North African teams. I'm not folding on that one. I still insist that we need Madlanga Commission to intervene, because we could have been 6 points in the bag right now. But because the powers that be didn't want South Africa to have those 6 points, we are where we are right now. I'm not happy at all, Luton. I'm not happy at all, because I mean, if you look at how we kind of found ourselves in that predicament, yes, it's in the law book, but I mean, does it not say if your hand hits the ball, you have to give a penalty? That's the main question.
Detox, you of course, we'll get into your results. You guys won yesterday against Tunisia, against the North African team. What is Lemmy saying? What is Lemmy talking about? Can you relate?
You said?
I mean, of course, let me say that there's a lot of controversy with the refereeing when it comes to teams from up north. Can you relate?
No, because I really do not need to get anything, get a red card. I don't need anything. I can't relate. I'm sorry.
Wow,
I gained 3 points.
Wow.
Winner celebrates, losers explain. So that's all.
I thought we agreed that we're friends today. I thought we agreed.
No.
Why are we fighting so early?
I'm not fighting. I'm only stating facts.
Wow. Sorry. You're nodding your head up and down, shaking it side to side, thinking, what is she on this amazing afternoon? I mean, let's get into it. South Africa get into that game knowing that a result, of course, almost guarantees them a place in the last round. It just doesn't work out. Was it the coach's fault? Was it the players playing the occasion? Or was it a case of bad refereeing, poor officiating, throwing toys out of the pram?
Well, I probably would have to say that some of the players have to take the blame. I think given the approach that we took to the game with regards to the midfielders that we had, that was also a bit of a problem. But if we have to keep it real, guys, the officiating within that game was not on at all. I mean, Madal was offside before he gets clipped by the goalkeeper. And then we don't see any evidence to say it was offside. Where are the lines? There's no pictures. Even before in the tournament, there were pictures. Then on top of that, the ref calls for the handball. Then he goes to the screen. Then he decides it's not a handball. Then it's a drop ball to Egypt. Like, wait, if it's not going to be the penalty, then why are we not getting the free kick? So that's the part that sort of played a role with regards to that. But also, I'm not really that miffed, because at the last AFCON, we lost one of the games in the groups and we made it to the semis. So I don't have a problem.
I mean, I hear you. And of course, I mean, I can hear you blaming part the referee, blaming part the boys that played on that particular evening. Shemedi, I'll come to you, because you're also of the green and gold, of course, or the green and yellow of South Africa. That penalty, Salah's penalty, soft, or a case of it should be given?
I think just being consistent. I think it was correctly given. To begin with, and also I think it's a good lesson to the players as well, that a misconduct is a misconduct, a foul is a foul. It doesn't matter. I mean, if we can award a yellow card for a similar offense outside the 18 yards, if you're going to do it inside the box, obviously the referee is going to point to the penalty spot. So I think it's a tough one for Khuliso to learn. But I think I'm actually glad that it happened at the early stages of the tournament rather than when it happens the knockout and then we lose and then return home. So I think also with how we played, I don't think I was very, very happy because I believe we had a much stronger bench in terms of the midfield compared to the players that started. With all due respect, the players that started, I think we needed a 10. If you look at how Nigeria played, for example, yesterday, they didn't show respect to Tunisia, and Tunisia is a powerhouse in Africa. So South Africa having won the bronze in the last AFCON, we came into this tournament as one of the favorites to lift it. So we can't afford to show respect to our opponents. I believe we really showed a lot of respect to Egypt, and they were comfortable to sit back. And we also played the whole half with them being a man down. So I really believe the technical team got it wrong, but I'm glad that it happened this early. And going forward from now on, I'll be expecting wins.
Interesting, because I'm looking at this the logs that are on your screen at this particular moment. Of course, Egypt with 6 points, South Africa 3, Zimbabwe, Angola sharing a point at this particular point. We're getting into the big games on Monday, and at this particular moment, South Africa is more or less in a situation where it's really a must-win, because if any other result doesn't go in your favor in the other game, it might prove catastrophic. Gents, before, of course, I come to the lady, are we still going through, guys? Are we still going through?
Why is that even a question?
100%. 100%. I mean, there's no other way. Look, people will tease us about calculators and whatnot, but we've mastered the art of calculators. That's what people also forget. So we whether they like it or not, I know T's looking there smiling and she says, these ones are not going through. But we are making it through to the next round. All we need is a win against Zimbabwe. They had their little shine when we drew with them prior to the competition, but now we are definitely making it through, bro.
Interesting.
We don't have any other choice but to make it through.
I love how you've segued into that. T, the last time South Africa played versus Zimbabwe, I think it ended in a draw, if I'm not wrong. Difficult game, proper derby, and we all know that in a situation of a derby, it's more about the emotion. It's all about the game at that particular moment. And a draw versus Zimbabwe and Angola luckily get a result versus Egypt. It's over for South Africa. T, how are you looking at this? I mean, they're good with the mathematics. You're good with the football. How are you looking at this?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. From an outside perspective, I pray South Africa doesn't qualify. Honestly, I pray South Africa doesn't qualify, but I think that Egypt should be able to comfortably defeat Angola, and hopefully South Africa can even get a point against Zimbabwe, because you sometimes going into games
hopefully,
like this,
wow.
Yes, because going into games like this, you tend to underrate the team you're playing.
Yeah.
And before you know, we know that even if Zimbabwe gets a red card, it doesn't guarantee South Africa winning. So they have to.
Wow.
T, you know what? I'd like to apologize for whatever we did to you, because everything has been personal since the show started. Like, what did we do to you? What did I do to you?
No, I'm just stating what's happening. It's reality. It happened to you. You lost to 10 men Egypt with over 45 minutes. So, do I think they can defeat Zimbabwe? Yes. Are they meant to defeat Zimbabwe? Yes, but can they? Is the big question here.
That's a huge question right there. And of course, let's talk about a team that did not underrate their opponent, a team that went to the pitch and of course got the 3 points that they needed in that particular game, a team that scored 3 goals in that particular game. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about none other than the Super Eagles, 3-2 runaway winners versus Tunisia. Now, So T might look like she's very happy at this particular moment. There's a video of her on her socials, on her Instagram. She was uncontrollable, especially when Tunisia went 3-2. T, take us through the emotion of that game. 3-0 up, you think we're coasting, we're cruising. Then it all starts crumbling down.
Yeah, so when it was 3-0, I was like, I want 5. Because I thought it was over and we're okay, well, we just have to cruise through the game. Then it became 3-1. I'm like, okay, sometimes, even if you're leading 3, you can still concede 1 goal. Then the unfair penalty came in because I do not think in any planet, in any other game, that would have been given as a penalty because the boy will hit his shoulder. And even if it gets to his hand, it's like from head to hand, it's not him stopping the ball. But when that penalty was given, I became very sad. And then, okay, they scored the penalty. We got to 90 minutes. Why am I seeing extra 7 minutes? I just kept praying that God, my enemies are at alert. South Africans are waiting for Tunisia's comeback for a draw, but thankfully we're able to see the game through, and we deserved those 3 points, and we eventually got them.
Interesting, because I mean, I can see Shebedi and Sheikh's obviously laughing because they were definitely up waiting and watching it on your World of Champions, of course, expecting that that draw would have manifested. Shebedi, Victor Osimhen got his goal. I mean, a lot of people have been throwing too much shade on him, saying that he doesn't score too much when it comes to African Cup of Nations. He finally got his goal. Where is he when he's compared to the Nigerian greats in terms of striking? If he wins at this tournament, of course.
Yeah, that would definitely take him to another level. I don't want to lie, because he's one player that I rate highly, and his numbers playing European leagues are very, very impressive. And you always have that thing that you gotta win it for your country. We have seen it with the greats from other countries as well. And for him also to put up a performance in that World Cup qualifier game a couple of months back showed the hunger. I'm just talking with regards to the games that happened before this tournament. And yesterday, as I was watching, obviously on the World of Champions, I was like, "This is the guy," because you could see the hunger from the first minute. You could see his temper was there. He wanted the win so badly, and big players rise whenever big games are around. Those are the games that they enjoy. And I think one of the big games that he might have played surely is the one that he played last night. It was a big performance. I think not just only him. I mean, we saw Lookman also being there. I was just disappointed, even though I'm South Africa, I was just disappointed with the fact that Nigeria kind of allowed Tunisia back in. But it's been the story of this tournament. This year, we've seen teams coming from behind to either draw the games or to win it. We saw what Burkina Faso did the other day. We completely ruled them out, and they came back and scored 2 goals in 4 minutes. So it's definitely going to be tough. If he's going to win it for Nigeria, he will have to double, if not triple, his current efforts.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Chemedi. And of course, I know you are probably on your way to see a Sangoma to make sure that South Africa obviously makes it to the next round. Thank you so much for joining this particular broadcast. And of course, for the rest of Africa, we're still right here on your World Champion, of course, on YouTube, on TikTok, on different platforms as well. But most importantly, we had an opportunity to go around the city, and shout out to the team from SuperSport partner venues. This is what the South Africans thought of that particular defeat versus Egypt.
It has been such an interesting first half. Bafana are a goal behind at the moment, but this half gave us everything. Red cards, a goal already. Is it a hard one to ask Bafana to come back in the second half?
Well, I'm still happy, and I'm also happy with the starting 11. Definitely we're going to win this game.
Kumnandi la Max's lifestyle. Amabhakani akhona so support Bafana. Listen, that was such an interesting first half. What did you think of the boys' performance?
Badlale kahle bona abafana kwisombe sokuqala thola umuntu owunumber 10 mesingafana noma umbuli noma umfuking ngangcono.
Guys, I know we're disappointed. I know that we wanted to win this game. It was a very important one for us.
Yeah,
I even played a bad way, so I was hoping that we will win. Bafana.
I did bet also, but like I'm okay with them. They can lose, but we know at the end of the things, this stuff, they will be okay.
That was a great game from Bafana. And but to be honest, I'm very disappointed with the decision of the referee in this tournament, because Bafana is playing very well, and we believe on the next game we're gonna win.
But the fans have spoken. It was an unfair decision, and we are hoping for better results in the next game.
In the heart of every champion lies a journey, one of resilience, passion, and dedication. It's a journey that starts as a dream and is fueled by ambition. A journey made of the relentless pursuit of greatness. And greatness isn't given, it's earned. With every challenge, goal, and celebration, it's a journey that inspires generations. And one that proves that we are made of more. 10Bet, official betting partner of Bafana.
This is it, the real thing. You can already taste the reward. And if others don't see it, tell them to look deeper. Because true value comes from within. We give it our all, then rise and do it again. Here's to Africa's most awarded beer. Enjoyed by champions who know their worth. Carling Black Label, the official beer of the FIFA World Cup 2026. South Africa, be sharp, not for persons under the age of 18.
2014, I remember it like it was yesterday. The game meant so much to us. Rona, hungry for success, and our passion knew no bounds. When the DStv Diski Challenge emerged, what a pivotal moment in South African football. It was as if the universe answered our prayers and gave us a platform to showcase our skills on and off the field.
China flaps at it, falls at him. Floor, here's some Bogasin. That is it. Ronald Williams, the man from PE. He strikes the ball. Gezana attacks it, and
look at him. He'll be flying down that wing.
Improvisation from the 18-year-old Lal Foster.
Tapelo Morena with the goal already in this tournament.
In for a brace. Nkota! And Koza. Mbata, who powers it home. Chance here from Bule!
Played a record 8 tournaments.
Absolutely, and you know what, a good afternoon to you. Welcome back to the AFCON Link Up. Remember, you can use the hashtag AFCON Link Up on all our platforms. You're on YouTube, we're on TikTok as well. Thank you so much, of course, to all the feedback and the comments that are coming through on YouTube. I'll be going through them in just a little bit. Remember, in just a little bit, big matches are going to be coming on your World of Champions. Gabon versus Mozambique, Equatorial Guinea versus Sudan, Algeria versus Burkina Faso, and of course, Ivory Coast, aka Cote d'Ivoire versus Cameroon a little bit later on tonight. Jane joins us all the way from Nigeria, but I think she's currently in the UK. Jane, good morning. I think it's good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm great. Good afternoon. And it's been an exciting competition so far.
I can only imagine, and I can see it with amazing grin on your face. You look like you're ready to go and talk about, of course, Nigeria's victory over Tunisia yesterday. A lot of talking points when it comes to that particular penalty that was given to Tunisia. We've tried to tackle that a little bit earlier. But let's talk about your goalkeeping situation. A lot of Nigerians were critical of your goalkeeper. I mean, he looked like he fell before the ball was hit. And then he tried to start. What was happening there?
Well, I think that, Nigerians need to cut Nwabali some slack, because, sometimes people talk more than they can do when it comes to the game of football. I'm sure you understand the feeling. Coaches who have performed, or former players who have performed poorly, are highly critical of other coaches and their performances. And I think it's the case with Nwabali. Everyone just wants him to get everything right at every point in time. But we also know that the defense is not really, the Super Eagles defense is not really the strongest, and he has like a lot of tasks leading from the back. And I think that the way he has kept us so far in this competition, I'm not going to be so critical about, you know, how he caught the ball. I mean, it's a good thing that we're scoring much more than we considered in the game yesterday. But criticism from Wabali, you're not going to hear that from me. Trust me.
Interesting, but there's one thing that we probably need to discuss as fans, because we're big fans of the game throughout the entire continent of Africa. And I'll bring you in on this one. If there's one consistent factor that has been very consistent, that's not too many consistents I've said, at the AFCON is penalties. We're literally seeing penalties every single game. Is it a case of we're just rough footballers in general, or is it a case of the referees are too soft? What would be your opinion on that? And I'd love to hear Shakes after you.
Before I give you my answer, Lotin, I want to ask Jane. Jane, are we friends or are we enemies? You know, I'm logging in from South Africa. I want to know where you and I stand. Are we friends or are we enemies?
Well, I have many South African friends, and from the way you're sounding, you obviously want to be my friend. So yes, we're friends.
Of course. I love it. Because me and T got off on the wrong foot, you know, but it's fine. But back to your question, Lotin. You know, I'm very disappointed in the inconsistency that we're seeing recently, because in the last AFCON tournament, we were praised for such great use of VAR for AFCON, you know, and it really set the bar really high, even internationally, because I don't think people expected an African tournament to be, you know, so rooted into the VAR system, not afraid to challenge. The referees weren't afraid to challenge, you know, calls by the VAR room when they were called to the screen. When they felt like it was too soft, or, you know, this doesn't warrant a penalty, you know, we were praised for such great use of VAR. And now come to this tournament, we're seeing sort of like a bit of the opposite, you know, like soft calls being given. You know, naturally everybody knows that African football is very physical. We're not technical players so much. Yes, we are. We do embrace the technical side of the game, but we're very physical. We're very skillful. So we can't kill the African way of playing with you know, bad VAR calls. So personally, I'm a little bit disappointed in you know, how we went from being praised for using VAR in such a great way to now, you know, being the talking point like a Premier League where there's a lot of inconsistencies. You're doing this to the left. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander is what we need to stick to here.
Definitely a scorned South Africa speaking there, honestly. He sounded
I don't know if I can ask something.
Yeah.
Just before you come in, Jane, I like to hear from Shakes. Shakes, of course, same question, but I want you to wrap it up with Morocco's game versus Mali, 2 pens on that particular evening. And we've seen other penalties and not too many surprises so far, but a lot of the draws have started being churned out. Who would be your standout favorite so far at this particular moment to win the African Cup of Nations? And you can take your South African hat off, by the way. They don't know where you live.
Well, first, let me go off with the question with regards to the VAR. I agree with Lemmy, actually, in terms of the way we play as Africans, but I think it's expected. When you see every league in the world, there's like penalties every single week. And unfortunately, if you're not giving the penalty, there's going to be a lot of like clamor and shouting and all that. The only thing I ask is that if you're going to give a penalty this way, give the penalty the other way. It will cause a lot more goals. Maybe it will cause a lot more penalties. But also, I just focus more on the consistency with regards to the calls that's being given. And with regards to who's going to win the AFCON, it's obvious. It's that team from South Africa. I'm joking. I'm kidding. The favorites that I've seen so far, I wouldn't lie. When Nigeria went 3-0 up against Tunisia, I thought, okay, I don't know if anybody stops them. Then they let the 2 goals in, and I thought, okay, we've got some vulnerabilities. I would probably have to go with, at this current moment, it's Nigeria number 1, Senegal number 2, and then it is Morocco number 3.
No South Africa in your top 3.
We like to be the underdogs, brah. That's how we do it.
Jane, Sheikh says Nigerians, we should be afraid of them. Is that true? Do you think Nigeria can go all the way?
I think that this Nigerian Super Eagles, you know, have been have shown a better performance rather than we've seen a couple of years. You know, getting a back-to-back win, outscoring, scoring more than 1 goals and all of that. So initially, I was a bit like, okay, let's see what Shirley has. I was also concerned about, the number of midfielders that we have in the team, and the fact that he likes to convert, attackers and put them in different positions. But I think he has done a good job of that so far, and he probably is beginning to understand the African teams and the way they play, and it's working out for him. So yes, I also agree that Nigeria is a favorite in this competition.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, Jane. Thank you so much, Shakes. Thank you very much, Lemmy. We'll be back on the 31st, right here on the AFCON Link Up. We're just about to, of course, run away so that we can catch the first game that's going to be later on tonight, which is the build on Gabon versus Mozambique. You definitely need to keep it right here on your World Champion. You should be able to see them on the screen. That's Tejo Modise, of course, trying to get his makeup on. And, of course, he will be joining us in just a little bit. So Thomas Malambo will be taking... Yeah, there we go. I can see Thomas Malambo trying to wave at us. From us, from the fans, from the entire continent of Africa, we say kwaheri, bye-bye, au revoir, see you all very soon, and catch us same time, same place, right here on the AFCON Link Up on the 31st. Bye-bye.
So, Warren.
Edwin.
You think you can handle this?
Huh.
Dad. Thursday, Friday to Sunday, 7 days a week, I'll be loving you.
You know what, Edwin? I'd rather learn from the master.
Call me Dad.
Rather keep it 100% real with Windhoek.
So here they come.
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition.
Ha! What's in the